All right, friends and or family, we have a Roadtrek 210 Versatile 2009, and you can see left quite the wet spot. Somewhere underneath here, it is dripping. We've got this big old heat shield thing, and there's piping for the Roadtrek hiding underneath here. And yeah, I need to get in there and figure out. Looks like they're all the Robertson screws. You can see one there. There's a few tossed around. I'll try to take some good pictures of this and share, but I'm gonna take that heat shield off, and there should be some pipes hiding up inside there that we need to clean up, tighten up, repatch. I don't know, but it's definitely... Main culprit seems to be the kitchenette sink when I fill it up with soapy water dishes. So I got her up on my beautiful Rhino stands from Amazon, and I'm going to attack that as soon as it stops dripping on my face. Exciting times. Okay, I'm underneath here a little bit better. You can see this is my muffler. It's still dripping a little bit, so Robertson screw. Looks like there's a few things there. I'll have to really fart where there's one hiding there. It's a whole thing. I'm trying to think more along the lines of a few there. Not so much undoing the screws, it's thinking about how I'm gonna get this big sheet of metal out with the exhaust on, you know? Or if I can even get back there. I mean, it's clearly coming out here where it's wet, and obviously back there. And I can see, like, there's that, and it kind of like scoots around behind here. But that's not leaking, that part. That's just like a P-trap. So, and if we look, like you can see some other piping back over there, and that looks dry from what I can tell as well. So, I don't know. I'll just keep videoing and see what I can figure out. Okay, so I was able to take off 4 bolts next to this thing, and there's actually just a metal part that now is removed and thrown right there. So if we like look up, hold on, this is gonna be fun for us. There, let's see what we can see. I think that might be the problem. I think what we have here is a loose connection on that pipe. In fact, if I wiggle this, maybe, it's hard to tell, but I think that clamp system probably needs to be tightened up. So I'm gonna see if I can just tighten that right screw, because that's what looks weak to me. And if I sort of like feel up in there, it almost feels like there's a disconnect. Sorry, I can't really show that to you, but that's what I think is happening. Why they didn't use a full pipe there, I don't know. I don't know if the rubber like got hot and cracked. I'm tempted to actually separate that far left one and remove the whole thing. So it looks like a flathead screwdriver, or more likely like a 3/8 drive size on maybe a socket I could probably get in there with and be really upset about. So let me see. I'll see what I can do. Okay, so I ended up taking off these 2 bolts and bending this thing down for be able to get my hand in there. And I got a light here. So if we go up now, I can show you what we're looking at. Let's see, can we see it? Come on. The pipe is out of the left side. That's what's up. It's pouring out right there. So I'm going to either push them together and tighten that down, or I'm going to get a longer rubber thing here and replace it. But I can't really see what I'm doing, so I'm going by feel rather than sight. But I've identified the issue, and now I can do something about it. So I loosened up both of those silver rings. Let's see if I can scoot stuff around. Thanks. All right, ignore the motorcycle guy, but I just filled it up with water and dropped it after using the proper tool for pushing that rubber tighter up in there. You can get your hands in there once you bend it down. What I used was a drill with a Robertson screw. You know, they got Roadtrek uses these square heads for everything. I used this to be able to get some extra unga-dungas on the end of it, but this is what I used just to, once I pushed it back together after getting it loose with this, tightened it down as best I could, gave it a few extra cranks with this, and I'm happy to say, no more wet spot.